I was talking to somebody earlier today. I went over to my friend Rich's house from the gym. He's a retired police officer from New York City, Brooklyn. Back in, I think he was a cop in the 60s. But we were talking about what happened in California and all that stuff. And, you know, obviously a lot of those people had money and all of that stuff and insurance and yada, 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 you know, but I still, you know, when I read comments about, like, people going, oh, yeah, whatever, you know, it's still people's stuff, you know, like, sure, I mean, you can't, I don't know, I mean, like, seeing somebody lose their house, I don't care if they're a billionaire or, you know, a hundredaire like I am, you know, anybody that loses their stuff, you know, like that, and such a, you know, like, I feel for them. I don't care if they can, you know, go out and replace it, you know what I mean? People have got, you know, memories of their kids and pictures and, you know, but, truthfully, you know, losing everything, I was telling my friend's wife this, I said, losing everything, we were looking through her house and stuff she wants to get rid of, and, she said, I just have a problem with, you know, and, you know, she grew up, not during the Great Depression, but she grew up when, you know, through some things that, you know, we've seen different things like I have in my generation. People have a hard time letting go of things. Well, I can tell you, one of the best things that ever happened to me was when I went to jail. This junkie broke into my house and took all my guitars. I had my red Chuck Berry rip-off hollow body, my brother's drum set. I had a nice carve-in cabinet, guitar amp, my wah-wah pedals, all of that shit, you know. Stuff that I had since I was like 14 years old, like songs I wrote, you know, my first demo tape I made, you know, just stuff that I've been carrying with me stuff that I've been carrying with me as a kid. And I'll tell you, the best thing that ever happened, hey brother, the best thing that ever happened was them telling me that your house got robbed, and that they took everything because and my cat got out. Well, I can tell you. And the cat's right there now. Well, losing all of that shit didn't mean nothing to hearing my cat got out. So it's just stuff. It really is. You know, I was mad. I wanted to fuck the dude up for months. And then I happened to see him, and I was sober, and I had lost 40 pounds, and I had some sobriety under my belt and all that stuff, and I seen him and looked at his teeth, and you know, just how fucking like bad he looked, like a homeless person, like in them 6 months. You know, I felt bad for him. You know, I didn't want to hurt him anymore. I felt like, man, I told him, you know, I said I should thank you, you know, but what if somebody asked me what I think happened in California? We all know what happened in California. I mean, like, come on, that shit wasn't. You guys be eating the fuck out of the food. Man, I'm gonna have to sell, like, I'm gonna have to go to a sperm bank or something. Not that they want any of my shit. I just fed all these guys. I mean, like, come on, like, I mean, that shit's an accident. You know, it just happens to be a perfect storm, you know. I'll tell you, I moved to California in 2008. I was looking at the mountains in Las Vegas before I left for California. And I had driven all the way across from North Carolina to go move to California. I came out of the house, and across the mountains, the word no echoed off the canyons. And I said, that's God. It was me, the sunrise, the sun hitting the west part of the mountains, and it was like it was like somebody spray painted the word no in the sky. God was telling me, do not go to California. It was right when the housing crisis happened and da-da-da-da-da. Well, I went. The worst thing I've ever done. I remember I could look out see the Golden Gate Bridge and shit. And later, 2009, I was in San Francisco, and God told me to leave. And I left California, and I'm glad I did. I was there during one forest fire, and that was enough. And that's just everything that happened there. It's not a coinky dink. It's all designed. Do what do I think about the fires? Do I think that obviously I think that they seem to be? I don't know. It's just crazy how. I don't even want to get into like direct energy and all that shit, but I mean it's just kind of crazy how, like some cars burned and some didn't, and some I don't know, man. I'd have to really forensically look through all of it, but their government. They're all friends. Trump's, I'm sure he's still boys with Newsom. They all play this, and then Joe Rogan's on there. It's kind of weird that everybody knew to move. You know what I mean?